Here are 3 things that you normally don't think of when you're making a weight loss recipe: pasta, fat, and cheese. Today I'm going to be making an amazing Mediterranean diet weight loss recipe, creamy ricotta with spinach, and it only takes the amount of time for the pasta to cook for it to be done. So the first thing you want to do if you're making a quick recipe like this is make sure that the thing that takes the longest is the first thing that you do. And so we're starting with making the pasta. We have the water boiling here already. We're going to add 8 ounces of rigatoni. That takes about 13 minutes to cook, and it only is going to take a few minutes to make the sauce for this. And we're starting with some regular high-fat ricotta cheese. Again, with a weight loss recipe, a lot of people are like, why would you have the high fat? Because the fat is going to help to fill you up. So we're going to add this in. It's also the way that they, in the Mediterranean, they're always going to have regular fat cheese and regular fat cheese, regular fat yogurt. Again, if you look at people in the Mediterranean, traditionally they had no weight issues. They had the lowest rates of heart disease and cancer and diabetes in the world, and this is the way they eat. So we're going to add to the ricotta extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, salt, and freshly ground black pepper. We're going to take that and whisk it. And you want this to be a nice creamy consistency. And we are going to add, we can add some pasta water to it once the pasta is cooked as well. But right now, I think I'm going to add just a little bit of water to this to make it just a little bit creamier. There we go, that's good. And next we're going to chiffonade, which means make little slices of the spinach. And with the Mediterranean diet, you're always going to have, with a recipe like this, plenty of vegetables. And if I were to make this recipe, not only would I have a lot of spinach, I might even add more spinach. Sometimes I might add twice as much spinach as this recipe calls for, because I like to have a lot of vegetables. You could use something like red pepper as well in here, but we're going to stick to the traditional Italian recipe. But the point is that, especially for weight loss, if you are making a dish like this, you could also have a lot of other vegetables on the side. So we're going to add this in and whisk that up. And most of the sauce is ready. So that took, what, like a minute, including cutting the spinach. And then all we have to do is wait for the pasta to cook, and then we'll finish up the recipe. We're just about ready to drain the pasta, but there was a couple things I wanted to talk about, especially with weight loss. So first of all, there was a study a few years ago that showed that people in Italy that ate pasta were able to lose weight quicker than people that didn't eat pasta. And pasta can definitely be part of a weight loss diet, especially if you're eating it with lots of other good food. The other thing is that you want to make sure that you cook your pasta al dente. And what that means is that just to the point where it's still just a little bit chewy, not where it's super like soggy. And the reason is that the more that you cook the pasta after that, the higher the glycemic index gets, which means that the higher your blood sugar is going to spike, making you more likely wanting to eat more or have cravings. And so it's best to do it al dente, and that's where we are right now. So I am going to drain this pasta. One thing before we drain the pasta is you want to take just a little bit of the pasta water. It doesn't have to be a lot, like one ladle full like that, and put it aside because we are going to add that to the sauce. I might actually just take a little bit more, just in case. You can always throw that out after. So we're going to drain the pasta. Another great thing about this dish is that everything happens besides the cooking pot in this bowl. So once it's fairly well drained, and again, we're going to be adding some of the pasta water anyway, so it doesn't have to be super drained. So then we're going to mix the ricotta and the spinach in with the pasta. Oh, this looks so good. I shouldn't make these cooking videos when I'm so hungry. All right. And whoop, that landed on my toe. So we're going to add a little bit of Parmesan to this, and just to make it a little bit creamier. But then we're also going to grate a little bit on top of the individual serving. So this looks pretty creamy, but I'm going to add just a little bit of the pasta water. There. And we use salted pasta water, so it's another reason not to add any more salt until you're done, to see if you need to salt it anymore. So you serve the pasta in a bowl, and again, I would have some other vegetables with this. A salad would go really nice with this, even just a simple salad, because you have the cheese in the pasta, so you don't need more cheese in the salad. Then we're going to grate a little bit more Parmesan on top. And you can add a spoonful of ricotta. So you have that nice ricotta flavor. And then I would drizzle just a little bit of olive oil on top. And there you have it, a scrumptious weight loss meal, creamy ricotta with spinach and rigatoni. And remember, as always, to live with purpose, love with abandon, and eat with passion. See you next time.